Speaker, allow me also to join the House in mourning and condoling with the family of the late Johana ENO. The great people of Emurua-Dikir and the Kipsigis community in its entirety. We will remember Johana as one of the most astute legislators we had here, and especially the positions he took. When he said no, it was no, and when he said yes, it was yes. His contributions right to the Housing Committee and also to Liaison Committee were totally invaluable, and we will miss this as a house. May I extend these condolences and pole from the great people of the Raka constituency, where he was actually a great friend of the people. While they are listening to me, it's good to remind them that on the 25th of July, 2025, Johana ENO came to the Raka constituency. And that was not a mean feat, because not many people actually visit that constituency. And I commend you, sir. The speaker has visited not once, not twice, more than thrice. Johana ENO came with a team led by the leader of majority and the chief whip. We were doing an empowerment for border borders, our young people who are riders. And he actually did many jigs with the local community, as a result of which we were able to raise 8 billion shillings for that group. Sincerely, this is a true friend of Kenya, a true friend of the Raka, and therefore, the only thing we can say this afternoon is, may his soul rest in everlasting peace. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, let me join colleagues in mourning our late brother, and on my own behalf and the behalf of my family and the good people of Kitui Central, send my deepest condolences to the family. Honorable Speaker, we joined this house together with the same day with Honorable ENO. And if I were asked to go for somebody who champions the interest of his people, I would go for Honorable ENO. If I was asked to go for somebody who, over time, has been very principled and who always stand by his principles, I would go for Honorable ENO. May God's grace be sufficient for his family and the people of Emurua-Dikir. Let our colleague rest in eternal peace. Amen.
Chairman of the committee, Meli.
Thank you.
If you can take time like Makali Mulu,
yes.
You don't exhaust your 2 minutes, we'll have many more people to speak.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I rise to mourn and condole Honorable ENO and the departed members who are in the ill-fated craft. Honorable Speaker, I also want to thank you that you honored and considered me to chair this committee with other 10 members, because Honorable ENO was more than a brother to me, a friend, a leader. We joined this house together in 2013. And Honorable Speaker, I want to say that ENO was a great inspiration to many of us when we came to the house. He would tell us how he went through the elections of 2007, how he was competing in the then larger Kilgoris constituency before he came to Emurua-Dikir. Honorable ENO was a man of the people. He actually took it upon himself to change the lives of the people of Emurua-Dikir. In fact, he built many, many schools. When he inherited the constituency, when the constituency was carved out, it had very few schools. It had no roads. It had very few hospitals. ENO went out of his way, Honorable Speaker, to change the lives of his community and establish a lot of infrastructure networks, improved education. He touched lives. And more importantly, within this house, he actually mentored a number of members and even gave an inspiration to many to serve in the house. I want to say, Paul to the family, Paul to the nation, and to all of us. Asante sana.
Wamshomba.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I join my colleagues in eulogizing my colleague, the Honorable Johana ENO. I had the privilege of serving with him in the previous parliament. And Mr. Speaker, my encounter with him for the first time, I was not able to pronounce the name of his constituency because, Mr. Speaker, I come from a region where an R and an L is a challenge. So I was not able to pronounce his name properly, the name of the constituency. And Mr. Speaker, he used to make fun out of it. And he used to tell me to take a pen and a paper, and then he would ask me to pronounce the name slowly by slowly. And the same patience and accommodation he had about my shortcoming is the same one he has had in his constituency as he embraced the talents, the musicians, the talented young people, and promoted them to the extent that he did. So MOURN, a member of parliament who was passionate, who believed in the justice of the people, a man who was brave, and a man who loved his family. Rest in peace, my brother.
Bissau.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I also joined the colleagues in mourning Honorable Ngeno. Honorable Ngeno was my chairman, and last Tuesday, Mr. Speaker, sir, as a committee, we had a very good moment with Honorable Ngeno. It was one of the most exciting moments. But as fate will always come, actually we never knew that we were seeing Honorable Ngeno for the last time, or that was our last Tuesday. We had a very good moment with all of us as a committee. I remember moving together and with Honorable Ndikiri and the rest. It was a very trying moment, Mr. Speaker, sir. On the 26th, which is last Thursday, we met with Honorable Ngeno and he was adjusting his tie. And I told him, my chairman, let me be your mirror. And he adjusted the tie and he reminded me of joining him in Endebess. But since that particular Saturday, we had other engagements with members from Trans Nzoia, I was not able to. But the surprising thing, that particular Saturday, when leaving the function, going to another funeral, the same chopper, the ill-fated chopper, we could see it overfly where I was. I will miss my chairman with the many opportunities we had across the country and even abroad. I remember even a visit to Singapore where we went together. A courageous man, humanitarian, and very, very committed in uplifting others. Rest in peace, Chairman, until we meet again.
Kangogo Bowen.
Mr. Speaker, let me join my colleagues to mourn the Honorable Ngeno, and on behalf of the people of Marakwet East, Honorable Speaker, which the Honorable Ngeno came when we had a landslide tragedy almost 3 months ago, Honorable Speaker. Mr. Speaker, as a country and as a house, we have lost a great man. And as a Kalenjin nation, we have lost an hero and the finest leader, Honorable Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the Honorable Ngeno, we joined together in 2013, together with the Honorable Ichungwa and Pogose and many of us here. And since then, Mr. Speaker, we have been close with the Honorable Ngeno. Honorable Ngeno is a true leader, Honorable Speaker, who fought for his people. The constituency of Emurua Digir is synonymous to Honorable Ngeno, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the only thing we can say at this moment is to pray for the family of the young family of our friend, our colleague, the Honorable Ngeno, Mr. Speaker, and also, Mr. Speaker, to ask the government at this moment, because Honorable Ngeno has been fighting for the people of Emurua Digir, the land issues there, Honorable Speaker, that they handle it very, very carefully so that his people can benefit even at a time when he's not there. Mr. Speaker, as a house and even as a leadership of the Liaison, Honorable Speaker, we worked closely with the Honorable Ngeno, and he was a real debater, Mr. Speaker. At this point, Mr. Speaker, we just want to wish the family well, and may his soul rest in peace.
Pasares.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to stand with my colleagues in mourning the passing of our chair for the Housing Committee, JOHANA. I stand here and I remember his wife Nalia and the 3 children that he leaves behind, 2 very young daughters. She's a young wife and now widowed. What can I say about JOHANA? He was a man with a short temper, but the next day you wouldn't even think you had a quarrel the day before. He was a man that brought the committee together. And I pray and hope that since he was the first chair for the Housing Committee and housing being such a big agenda for the government, that we would have a few estates in this country that will be named JOHANA estates, because he really pushed every button to make sure that us as a committee would work tirelessly to ensure that we put the necessary laws in place. We had the public participation. We oversight the projects. We went across the entire country with him, looking at projects and demanding the highest quality and the highest deliverables. So for me, I stand here and I say on behalf of myself, my family, and the great people of Nairobi, we mourn a great leader and we stand with the family in prayer, and we will be there to support the family because that's what good people do for each other. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. On my behalf, my family, and the people, the great people of Belgut that I represent, let me also take this opportunity to eulogize my friend, JOHANA Ngeno. Like has been said, myself and Honorable Sudi were his best man as he solemnized his marriage with his widowed wife now. And JOHANA Ngeno is a man of many fronts. JOHANA Ngeno was a fierce defender of the Kipsigis people in Narok, fierce defender of the people, the Kipsigis people living in Mau, fierce defender, bold defender of the people who lived in Murwadigir and Angata Baragoi. And in the injustices of land was his driving and burning motto to make sure that the people of the Kalenjin community, wherever they were, justice was delivered to them. Honorable Ngeno will be missed dearly by the artists of this nation, particularly those ones that come from our backyard, the Kalenjin artists, where every year he has had a function for them, and I'm sure they will definitely miss him. Many people will miss JOHANA Ngeno. They will miss his infectious laughter. They will miss his boldness. They will miss his confrontational politics. Like Honorable Hillary did say, that he took over from my late father-in-law, Honorable Kipkaila Kones. Let me just say, in short, fare thee well, my friend, till the trumpet of the Lord shall sound, and time shall be no more.
Dr. Mwiti. Give him the
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Let me join my colleagues in utilizing Honorable Ngeno. I've known Ngeno for quite some time. For the last 3 years, I've been in this house, mainly because we share, or we have been sharing the same floor. The late Ngeno was in room 2213, and I've been 2218. We have been sharing the lift quite often, and we could visit one another. I recognize Ngeno for the fearless and commitment he had for his people. In most cases, we have seen him fighting or negotiating for the land of his people. We shall miss Ngeno. God bless Honorable Ngeno on internal peace. Thank you.
CNN.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, let me join the voices of my condolences, of my colleagues for actually condoling with our friends who we have lost as the House. Mr. Ngeno, as you recall, and even you have heard, he was a friend to many people. He has visited my constituency, and nobody actually was aware. And this is a guy, or rather a good member of parliament, who used to fight for the rights of his people. I recall last week when I I was with him in the gym. Actually, he used to be very keen in terms of issues of health matters. We were just laughing and arranging how we are going to have an elections in 2027, how we are going to collaborate so that we can see majority of us coming back to parliament. And Mr. Speaker, Ngeno was a friend to many. He was a humble man. He used to love everybody, and we will dearly miss him. On behalf of the people of Mwingi West and on behalf of the people of Kitui County, let me join my colleagues and just send the message of condolences to his family. And more important, to the young wife and the children who have been left feeling lonely, but we will pray to God that He is going to comfort them and give them fortitude to bear this loss. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Tongoyo.
Rest in eternal peace.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I also rise to join the rest of the House in paying my condolences to the families and the friends of the 6 Kenyans who lost their life in the tragic helicopter crash. And Honorable Speaker, of the 6 Kenyans who lost their life, 5 of them were known to me, including the Carlos Mwelimu, who was a personal friend to me. And Honorable Speaker, and even the Were, much has been said about him, a very seasoned pilot. And we had lost a great man. Honorable Speaker, on the part of Ngeno, Honorable Ngeno is a man that has been said, and I think majority have said about that, is known to be a courageous man. A man who actually is a go-getter. Honorable Ngeno will stop at nothing to get what he wants. And besides that attributes, Honorable Speaker, is a man who also believes in social justice, he believes in fairness, he believes in equity. Honorable Speaker, the motto of this House, which is for the welfare of the society and the just government of the people, is really, I think, means much to Honorable Ngeno. And I think that has been evidence to what he has been doing, not just in Narok County, but across the country. Honorable Speaker, Mheshimiwa Ngeno, despite coming from Narok, which is my neighboring constituency, we share a lot. And as I've been actually known, he used to sit next to me. We actually used to be deskmate. That's why even I had to call his deputy, his vice chair, at least to warm the seat. And despite that, we have a lot of political differences in Narok, Honorable Speaker. You cannot tell that. We used to be best of friends. So, Honorable Speaker, I want to say that we have lost a great leader. We have lost the defender of the people. We have lost actually.
Time up, Jen Kiara.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this chance to eulogize my friend, our colleague, who we shared a lot, though we never saw us together mostly. But I also want to sympathize with the young widow and her children, because the journey is long. I pray that God will give her the grace and comfort and strength to bear this huge loss. Mr. Speaker, Honorable Ngeno was known to fight for his people. The clips that have been going around, you could see he would go bare hand to chase policemen who went to kill his people. This is what we have known him for. Mr. Speaker, I agree we should not politicize. But, Mr. Speaker, I wonder, the majority leader or the former deputy president who has done politics, because he just said what he knows him and what he was to him. So calling, telling us time and again that he's a black man with a black heart, he's actually politicizing. And Honorable Rigathi Gachagua was impeached. Can the majority leader just let him be? I think it's not necessary. We are mourning a great man. We are mourning somebody who has really lost, who has left a young family, like he said. He got married at an advanced age. So may God rest his soul in eternal peace.
Bashir. Major Bashir.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, on my own behalf and on behalf of the people of Mandera North, I want to join my colleagues in condoling with the family, relatives and friends of our late colleague, Honorable Ngeno. Honorable Ngeno, as I've said, he was a great gentleman, a man who was very, very courageous, fighting for the rights of his people. Also, Speaker, Honorable Ngeno was also a member of the Pastoralist Parliamentary Group, and we worked with him very closely in that caucus. And I want to express my deep condolences to the family. And I wish them all the best as they overcome this emotional grief. And I say, poleni sana na mutulia kabisa. Asanteni sana.
Mandazi.
Yeah, thank you so much, Honorable Speaker. Allow me pass my own condolences on my own behalf and on behalf of the people of Chepalungu constituency for the demise of Honorable Ngong, commonly known by his people as Chebombumbu, Honorable Speaker. By his close allies, he is known as Chumindet. His people have lost him. Speaker, Chepalungu constituency and Emuru-Wadikiri constituencies are neighbors. We have cross-cutting issues, cross-cutting challenges. Honorable Speaker, when I was elected to this House, Honorable Ngong has continuously held my hand. I've lost him as a friend, I've lost him as a colleague. He loved the local artist. He loved his people. He loved his family, the young family that is left. We pray to God that he keeps them well. Honorable Speaker, Ngong can be described by so many words. He was a very brave person. He was so courageous. He stood by his words. His no was a no. His yes was a firm yes. At the time when the people of Angata Baragoi wanted someone to lean on, Honorable Ngeno was always there for them. I was there yesterday, and the people spoke bitterly of the loss of their leader. They told us as leadership that we have lost a person who was our title deed, and we call upon the Ministry of Lands that the issues that were raised by Honorable Ngeno should be handled so that the people of Emuru-Wadikiri.
Time up, Kimani Molo.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Spika kwa muda huu. Kwa niaba yangu na kwa niaba ya wananchi wetu wa eneo bunge la Molo, hasa wananchi wetu wa eneo la Kapsinendet, eneo la Mariashoni, eneo la Saptet, eneo la Sachangwan, wananchi ambao walimwenzi sana Mheshimiwa Ngong, ya kwamba tunaleta pole zetu kwa familia yake, kwa mke wake, kwa watoto wake na kwa jamii yote ya eneo bunge la Emuru-Dikirr. Mheshimiwa Spika, nakumbuka tuliweza kufanya kazi vizuri sana na Mheshimiwa Ngeno wakati tulikuwa tunaunga sheria ile ya housing, ya kazi wa nyumba, Mheshimiwa Spika, na tuliweza kufanya kazi nzuri sana. Wakati mwingi tuliweza kukosana na wale wa executive kwa sababu maneno mengi, kuna mambo ambayo tuliona kuwa hayafai, Mheshimiwa Spika, na tuliweza kuhakikisha kwamba tuliweza kuwasilisha katika bunge hii ripoti ambayo imeweza kuwezesha ile mipango ya ujengaji wa nyumba za bei nafuu katika nchi yetu ya Kenya. Ningetaka pia kuleta pole zangu kwa familia ya Rubani Were. Rubani Were pia mimi ashawahi kunibeba kama mwezi mmoja uliopita, na pia pole kwa wandani wake wengine ambao waliweza kufariki katika hiyo ajali ya ndege. Mheshimiwa Spika, kwa sisi wote viongozi ni kumbusho kwetu ya kwamba sisi wote tuko katika safari, hatujui muda wala wakati. Ile jambo la maana ni kukumbuka, kujiuliza, je, tutakumbukwa kwa yepi? Ya kwamba ikiwa wale ambao watakuja kuongea baada ya sisi wataweza kuongea mazuri kama vile tunaweza kuongea mazuri ya huyu mwenyekiti wa housing Mheshimiwa Ngong. May his soul rest in peace. Asante sana Mheshimiwa Spika.
Maungu.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Spika. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, on my own behalf, that of my family, and the great people of Rwanda constituency, allow me to join my colleagues in saying a great pole following the demise of our colleague, Honorable ENO, and the friends who traveled with him, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the late ENO was such a great leader. One of the things I always admired about the late ENO was his boldness, and he was a very, very brave man. Many of the times he came out to speak for his people and always demonstrate a degree of boldness and being brave, Mr. Speaker. Therefore, the people of Emurua-Dikirr, Mr. Speaker, have lost a leader who actually championed for their rights. The late ENO was also known to be a leader who actually cultivated or encouraged the talent that came along with young people, Mr. Speaker. Many of the times, I saw him host teams or support teams, especially the natives, the Kalenjin upcoming musicians, Mr. Speaker. I saw him actually bring them together and support them in their venture, Mr. Speaker. And therefore, as we mourn this great leader, he was a leader who was warm and a man of great heart, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, in my interaction with him, at one time, I remember he was too tough on the police who actually were kind of harassing his people. And from then, I kept calling him the arresting officer, Mr. Speaker. And we had such a great interaction with him, and I therefore say that may JOHANA ENO rest in eternal peace. Asante sana.
Rindikiri.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I stand here to mourn my boss, my chairman, and my very close friend of mine, the late Honorable ENO. Mr. Speaker, we were joined by being my boss as his assistants. And I've worked with a man who had difficulty at the beginning, but I came to realize that is one of the great leaders we have in this parliament. Mr. Speaker, ENO was not a motivator, but also somebody to emulate in terms of leadership and championing the cause of success. Mr. Speaker, this is a man who does not give up. Consistently, whenever we had challenges in the committee, we saw a man behaving like a leader, a father, and a mentor. Mr. Speaker, we are aware that we do not have terms of reference for our committee because fair housing was a new concept. But through his wise leadership, through consultation and humility, we were able to develop our terms of reference that has made it become very successful as a committee. Mr. Speaker, this man is a father. I have seen this man in his house. I've seen this man as a community leader. I've seen this man as a churchman. Many people do not know that. We have lost a great man. We have lost other very strong people, particularly Captain Wele, who is known almost by everybody in this country. I eulogize them and say, may Almighty God stand with the young.
Mwalimu Kombe.
Asante Mheshimiwa Spika kwa kunipatia nafasi hii ili niweze nami kutoa rambirambi zangu na za jamii yangu na jamii pana ya Magarini. Mheshimiwa ENO, binafsi nitamkumbuka kwa ushujaa wake wa kupigania haki za wananchi wake, hasa kwa upande wa mashamba. Alikuwa ni mtu wa kusimama kidete kuhakikisha kwamba watu wake hawadhulumiwi kirahisi. Alikuwa na ushujaa wa kuweza hata kuvurutana na polisi na hatimaye kuhakikisha kwamba watu wake hawahangaishwi. Hakika katika bunge hili tutamkosa kiongozi shujaa na kiongozi mpenda watu, kiongozi mpenda maendeleo. Niombe tu Mwenyezi Mungu mwingi wa rehema, yule aliyeweza kunishika mkono nilipoachwa na baba nikiwa mdogo, akaweze kuwashika mkono wale watoto wadogo walioachwa, na akampe nguvu na hekima mjane ili akaweze kuwainua vijana kwa njia njema. Roho yake Mwenyezi Mungu ailaze mahali pema peponi palipo na wema, na akaijalie kaburi yake kuwa bustani katika mabustani peponi. Asante
Richard Yegon.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for this opportunity also, which I've gotten to eulogize our departed colleague. On that of my behalf, my family and the larger people of Bomet East, I would like to pass my sincere condolences to the family of the late JOHANA ENO, who really has become a very inspirational to some of us who are the new members in this house. Mr. Speaker, what I want to touch on, which has not been touched by the members of this house, is that we would like to request to put some serious legislation in regards to flying these aircrafts, which have really taken the lives of so many people, including the late Saitoti, the late Kipkalia Kones, Lona Laposo, and now our colleague, JOHANA ENO. We need to know and maybe to make serious laws touching on the civil aviation to make sure that the members, the pilots who are piloting these aircrafts should stick to the laws which allows them not to fly in extreme weather situations like the one which was witnessed during last weekend when our colleague was being flown on a chopper. The weather was so bad, and I think the pilot, I'm not going to preempt this because I think we are going to leave to investigative arms to look into it, that we need to have them make decisive decision and avoid flying the aircrafts in very bad weather. So, Mr. Speaker, let me sincerely pass my deepest condolence to the family of the members of Emurua Digil, including
Lisa Chelule.
Thank you. Asante sana.
Lisa Chelule.
Hey, yangu memuka.
I believe you are not Lisa Chelule.
Asante sana Bwana Spika kwa kunipatia nafasi huu.
Nitakupa nafasi lakini wewe si Lisa Chelule.
Asante Bwana Spika kwa kunipatia hii nafasi. Pia mimi niseme rizala zangu za kwangu na za kaunti ya Nakuru kwa wakati huu ambaye tunaomboleza ndugu yetu Mheshimiwa Honorable JOHANA ENO. Bwana Spika, pia nakupatia pole sababu umepoteza mmoja yetu na wajumbe wote. Nataka tu kusema maneno machache kuhusu huyu kiongozi. Huyu kiongozi ni kiongozi mmoja ambaye ameleta watu wote katika nchi yetu pamoja. Ninaposema hivi Bwana Spika, unakumbuka akienda kutembea katika makaunti zote, alikuwa amefika kiwango ya kupita nusu ya idadi ya counties yetu katika nchi yetu, akitembea kusaidia vijana ambaye wanajihusisha na mambo ya uimbaji. Nataka kuchukua hii nafasi kusema hakuna kiongozi ambaye ameajibika katika kazi yake, ameajibika katika constituency yake ya Emurua Digir. Huyu kiongozi hakuna mwingine ninaweza kumfananisha na kitu ya maana ambaye alisema akienda, ambaye alisema hivi juzi karibu, akasema sisi kama wananchi wa Kenya tutekeleze kazi yetu kikamilifu, tutekeleze kazi yetu kiwango ambaye wananchi wa Kenya watafurahia, na akasema tuweke amani katika nchi yetu ya Kenya. Kwa hivyo nachukua hii nafasi kusema kwa wananchi wa Emurua Digir kwamba wakae chonjo, wapokee wageni wa JOHANA ENO wakati wa Ijumaa, wakati itakapofanyika mambo ya mazishi yake. Mungu aweke roho yake.
Moroto, now you can legitimately speak.
Asante sana, Bwana Spika, kunipa nafasi. Mheshimiwa Ng'eno ambaye tunaongea juu yake ni mtu ambaye amesaidia vijana wengi sana, especially West Pokot, Mount Elgon, mpaka Uganda. Hakuwa na mpaka kwa sababu ya vijana. Na hata vile tulivyo hapa saizi, makutano town, vijana wamesanyika kutoka Uganda, kutoka Trans Nzoia, kuweka ile kuchoma ile majumaa kwa sababu ya heshima yake, na watakuja wote pande hii. Ni sisi kama viongozi tuone kwamba kazi ambayo Ng'eno alifanya tuendelee kushikilia. Hata alipozunguka huko, kuna shule ambayo ni ya wasichana secondary school, alisema nini isaidiwe, na alikuwa na process hiyo shule ijengwe. Kwa hivyo nafikiri kwa sababu kuna komiti yao hapa na faisia, wewe sasa shikilia hiyo mpaka hiyo shule ya West Pokot ifanyike. Hata wewe umesema kwamba Mungu namlaze malipema peponi. Asante.
Koyo. Onyango Koyo.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for remembering me at last. Honorable Speaker, I want to join my colleagues in sending my condolences, those of myself, my family, and the people of Moroni that I represent in this House during this very sad, and Nyando, because Nyando is part of Moroni, and during this very difficult time for the people of Muradikir, we joined the Parliament, the 13th Parliament, with the late Honorable Ng'eno, together with the Majority Leader and a few people here. And Johanna Ng'eno and I shared one thing. We are people who believe in people first, then party leadership and other bureaucrats can come later. As a result, we became very close. And we are consulting each other. Our difficulty is pronouncing the name of his constituency. So each time I saw him, I called him Dick. And he ably responded and said, I know how is Moroni, how is Muradikir. The people of Muradikir, we lose a very serious leader that, according to my experience, this was in Kalenjin land, a serious leader after Kipkalia Kones and the late Jean Marie Soronei. He valued his people and did everything to protect the dignity and prosperity of his people. And as a friend, I was courting him to come and talk to those young musicians with talents in Moroni, and he was planning to come and talk to them, and really miss this facility. May God rest his soul in eternal peace.
Justice
Amen.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the
Honorable,
opportunity.
before you proceed, we have 15 minutes to go. Can I cut it to 1 minute so that everybody speaks? Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity.
You are a leader, I'll give you two, but Justice Kemei and the rest take 1 minute each so that everybody can have an opportunity.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity you've given me to join my colleagues in mourning the passing on of the late Johanna Ng'eno. Mr. Speaker, I'll be very brief. Johanna Ng'eno, we joined Parliament together in 2013. He remained close to me, and I remember him for visiting the constituency to do a project at Kipsamoi. In his community, if people delay in getting married, they are taken to a place called Kipsamoi. So when I took him to Kipsamoi Secondary School, it came to pass that he got married about 1 year later. Mr. Speaker, he also joined me and my family in the funeral of my father, and they made a very generous contribution. I'll always thank him for that, and may God bless him and bless his family, and may his soul find favor with the Lord. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Taitumu.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for this opportunity so that I can tender my own condolences and the condolences of the people of Igembe North to the people of Emuru and Dikiri, and particularly the entire Ng'enos. Honorable Ng'eno was a true servant of humanity. He was a role model, an icon, and a person who believed in what he stood for. Honorable Ng'eno was a true crusader, particularly for the downtrodden. He served people within dedication, passion, and not only the people of Emuru and Dikiri, but the entire country.
Rachel Nyamai.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Spika kwa kunipatia fursa hii kuzungumza
pole ya mheshimiwa ambaye ametuaga, Mheshimiwa Ng'eno, ambaye tulikuja naye bunge mwaka wa 2013. Ningependa kusema ya kwamba pole kwa familia yake, pole kwa bibi yake ambaye amebaki na watoto wadogo, ambaye tumemuona na tukampatia nguvu. Pia huyu ni Mheshimiwa Spika ambaye alikuwa anajua wakati wa kupiga kelele akitetea watu wake, na wakati wa kuzungumza polepole anapozungumza ndio watu wake waweze kusaidika. Kwa watu wote wa Emukuru Dikri, kwa wabunge wote na kwako Spika na sisi wote poleni.
Naomi wako Emurua Digiri. Naomi wako.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for mentioning that, because it is a bit difficult for many people. Honorable Speaker, thank you for giving me this opportunity to mourn our brother, and on my own behalf and on behalf of the people of Marsabit, I want to give our condolences to his family, his wife, and all the other loved ones. We've all lost a very dedicated person, a strong leader who was passionate in serving his people and transforming lives, especially the lives of artists and young people in our society. Having been elected 3 times, he must have demonstrated his love, concern, and capability of leading his people. I send my condolences to him. May his rose...
Emilio Odhiambo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. Mr. Speaker, on behalf of my family and the people of Suba North, I also give my condolences on the demise of Honorable JOHANA Ng'eno and the people that he was with in that flight. Mr. Speaker, I know many people have struggled to call his constituency, but I call him by his constituency. I call him Emurua Dikir, because when I first came in as nominated, and I sat in a committee that was concerned with redistricting, he came to our committee, he sent delegations, and he was so passionate that when he finally got elected, I only knew him as Emurua Dikir. And Mr. Speaker, because now when he got elected, I was serving at the same time with him, we used to sit with him, compare notes, and share, and he was so committed to his constituency. Because of time, I want to say that he was fearless, funny, resolute, principled, no-nonsense, committed to justice.
Thank you. Member for Joro.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We are mourning our colleague, Mheshimiwa Ng'eno, Joro constituency, myself and my family. We have sincerely lost a great man, a man who was reliable. He was available even for us members of parliament in our events. In my constituency, he has come very many times. Therefore, we are really mourning a good man, a man who was very hardworking. He is a man who also, we really struggled so much when we were fighting for our people. They were being evicted from their own farms in the name of evictions of Mau. Therefore, he is a champion who has really fought for his people not to be evicted in the farms. Therefore, as we mourn, may we pray for the family. We pray also for Kenyans to keep peace. We also request for Kenyans to be at peace and also ensure that we allow the investigating team to finish their work peacefully. Thank you so much.
Edith Nyanze.
Thank you, Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. Let me take this opportunity to pass my condolences. My condolences and those of my constituency to the family of the late Honorable Ng'eno, especially to their young wife. I say pole because of the loss of your loved one. There are so many lessons which we can learn from our colleague, and some of the lessons is importance of youth involvement. We can also learn about leadership by example. We can learn about empowering others. We can learn about courage and conviction. We can learn about selflessness and dedication. And above all, we would also learn that we are in a journey, and the journey, we don't know when our journey will come to an end. So let me pass my...
Ambassador Sigai.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving the opportunity to also join my colleagues. Mr. Speaker, I've just come from Honorable Ngena's house in Karen. Honorable Ngena's constituency is a neighbor to mine. Mr. Speaker, the artists which Ngena was always fighting for are mainly based in Kablong. And as we speak today, Mr. Speaker, a whole delegation from Kablong has gone to Mwadikit to go and pay homage to these great men. In the evening today, Mr. Speaker, in Kablong, our people are going to light candles. And in the other Sotik constituency, they are going to light candles to remember this man. We have lost a great man in the Gipsies land. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Ken Chonga.
Asante Mheshimiwa Spika kwa kunipatia nafasi hii. Ama kweli bunge hili limepoteza mtu ambaye kwamba kila aliyemjua alimjua kwa ukarimu wake. Mheshimiwa Spika, bunge la 12 wakati mimi nimechaguliwa nikiwa sijamaliza hatujaanza ile recess ya kwanza, ninakumbuka kukutana na Johana Ngeno kwa constituency yangu kwenye kikao ambacho sikuwa nimemwalika wala hata sikujua amealikwa na nani. Ilikuwa ni kikao cha vijana ambao wanaanza kujuza talanta zao. Nikakutana naye na sikuwa nimemjua kuwa ni mbunge. Mpaka wakati alipotambulishwa ndio mimi nikaona kwamba tuko wabunge wawili. Mungu ailaze pema peponi. Mheshimiwa Johana Ngeno aliacha mfano ambao kwamba wengi tutangangana sana kuingia kwa viatu vyake, lakini haitakuwa rahisi. Mungu ailaze pema peponi.
Rose Museo. Rose Museo.
Thank you. Asante Bwana Spika kwa nafasi hiyo. Nachukua wakati huu kuweza kuomboleza Mheshimiwa Ngeno ambaye tulikuja bunge na yeye tangu mwaka wa 2013. Kwa niaba yangu na familia yangu na watu wa Makueni, tumepoteza kiongozi aliyekuwa shujaa, kiongozi ambao tulimuenzi kwa vile ambavyo alikuwa na upendo mwingi mkubwa sana kwa watu wa huko wa eneo bunge la kwake. Tuseme ya kwamba Kenya imepoteza, Kenya inahuzunika, na tunaomba ya kwamba usafiri huu ambao unakuwa wa ndege zikaangaliwe sana kabla kuondoka, na pia warubani wafundishwe kuendesha ndege vyema ili maisha ya wabunge yasiweze kuwa hatarini. Na tunasema pole sana kwa familia yote ya Mheshimiwa Johana Ngeno.
Ndindi Nyoro.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. And I join other Kenyans in mourning all the 6 Kenyans who lost their lives last week through the tragic accident. Honorable Speaker, we all know here that Honorable Ngeno was a leader of his own kind, very courageous, brave, and always standing for what is right for the people. And I am sure, Honorable Speaker, that we can all learn a lesson in this House, that every time given a choice between standing on the side of the powers that be and standing with what is right for the people, that we must always choose to rise up, Honorable Speaker, and be counted by standing on what is right for the people of Kenya, Honorable Speaker, because they are the true bosses. We said our condolences to the family, and may peace that surpasses all understanding be with the family of Honorable Ngeno and all the 5 other Kenyans who lost their lives alongside him. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker. For me to stand here today to eulogize my good friend, and indeed to me, I've lost a dear friend. Everyone knows that among the leaders who supported me, especially during campaign, is one Johana Ngeno, who came several times. And even after election, he has visited Keses more than once on development or on social issues. Johana Ngeno, we worked with him even in last year, December. We traversed even far beyond up to Uganda on support of artists of Uganda among those who are in Kenya. He is a man indeed that has shown and has grown his people. It is said back in his constituency, since he was elected, the community there was able to grow the education of their children more than enough now have gone to university. We've lost him, and I want to say that fair AJAABU, to the family, to the widows, so I, we want to say, God be with you, be strong, as we stick to say that God will raise another leader to take over from him. May his soul rest in peace.
Nyakundi.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I also want to convey my sincere heartfelt condolences on my own behalf, on behalf of the people of Kitutu Church North, and also on behalf of Team Ground, where the Speaker is also part of that team. Ngeno was a fearless, courageous man who fought for the rights of his people. He was one person who was very passionate of what he was doing, from assisting artists, fighting for his people, and more so, fighting for affordable housing. Most people were scared of affordable housing, but if there's one person who fought for the legislation of affordable housing and the markets, was this man called JOHANA Ngeno. I remember 1 week ago we were with him in Isiolo campaigning for Tubi Mohamed Tubi, who is now a member of parliament. We remember JOHANA Ngeno as one person who was a fine guy, one person who never walked with a bodyguard, but people just...
Mario.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for this chance to eulogize our friend, our brother in this house. I want to give my condolences to the 6 who perished in that plane crash, and I pray that God may take care of their families and be able to comfort them, because He is the greatest comforter. What I would like to say is Ngeno was a very good man. I approached him when I had a problem with affordable houses, and he was able to help me so that I could have gotten through whatever I wanted to get from the affordable houses. And I want to thank God that his life was an example to many, and he has gone having done a lot for the people of his constituency. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Janet Zitianei.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to eulogize with my colleagues. I wish on my behalf and on behalf of the people of Turbo to condole with the families of the late Honorable Ngeno and the rest of the 5 who perished with him. I want to wish them that may God give them strength to bear the loss. That was a great man we lost. That was a man who stood and loved his constituency. May God rest his soul in eternal peace. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. First and foremost, on my own behalf and that of my family and the people of Baringo North and Baringo County, I want to take this opportunity to condole with the family, the wife of JOHANA Ngeno, his 2 children, his parents, and the great people of Emurua Digir, and the Kipsigis nation at whole, that we have lost a gallant soldier who had actually come to Baringo North 4 times. Kipcherere High School, Poi, Full Gospel Church, Torloquanin AIC, Partaba Full Gospel Church, and always standing with me all the time. So, Speaker, this is a patriot that was able to help artists across Kenya, regardless whether they are Christians or secular. Is a fanatic, and I have gone to Kapkatet for that particular purpose. Even as we rest his soul, so Speaker, let the government also investigate what Ngeno was fighting for.
Lengres.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I want to send my condolences and that of my family and that of the people of Samburu to the family of Honorable Ngeno, the people of Muradikir, and the people of Narok County at large. We say pole, and as we mourn the loss of Ngeno, the same day, Mr. Speaker, we lost 3 women who were killed by elephant. So our hearts are still very heavy, and we pray for both families. May their souls rest in peace. Thank you.
Women Rep Kericho. Kemei.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. I want to pass my message of condolence to the family of our great brother, member of this House, Honorable JOHANA NGENO, whom until his demise was actually a great man of the soil, son of our soil, a great Kipsigis man, a great warrior, a great defender of justice and our heritage. Honorable Speaker, his laughter made many happy. It was actually bringing joy to many. And I would say that the artists were happy. And I remember one time I asked him why he's mixing the religious or the Christian and the secular. And he said, if you bring Christians alone, we will not have many people attending. So he agreed that next time he would want to separate so that maybe everybody else will join in. May the...
Komingoi.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for giving me the opportunity to eulogize my friend, JOHANA NGENO. The people of Kenya mourn, the housing industry mourns, the people of the Great Rift Valley are also mourning. Honorable Speaker, my sympathies also go to the staff that worked with JOHANA NGENO, the people who may have depended on him directly or indirectly, that now they will feel the loss, and we pray that God will keep them and watch over them all, together with the 5 that perished with him. I pray that they will be kept well by the Lord in all their endeavors in this life. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Martin Owino, we're coming to an end. Be quick.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. On behalf of Ndewa community, where Honorable Ngeno came and did for us a rambe. This is a guy who did not have any boundary when it comes to services to Kenya. Allow me to express my condolences and strength to the family and to the entire nation, because he was a national guy. May God bless the family and keep them strong.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for this opportunity to join my colleagues in eulogizing a great son of Kenya. I wish to pass my condolences on behalf of my family and my constituents, Mbeere North. And I wish to really condole with the family, especially the immediate family, for this loss. And I ask Kenyans to pray for this young family. And I ask my colleagues not to forget that our colleague has left a young family, so that we are there for them, because words alone will not count in this difficult situation, but prayers and our presence will. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Kaitanye.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. I would wish to pass my condolences to the family, the people of Emurua Dikir, for the loss of Mheshimiwa JOHANA NGENO and the other 5 people who perished with him in the accident. We remember JOHANA NGENO. I knew him way before he even joined Parliament, and JOHANA NGENO has always been a very happy soul. And when we came to Parliament as first-timers, he took time. He always used to take time to take us through what needs to be done in Parliament. And I remember one time when I was actually passing a motion here, I didn't know what to do, and he walked and came to where I was and helped me pass the motion in Parliament. As I conclude, Honorable Speaker, I wish to thank the people of Nandi, the people of Mosop, who went out of their way, and especially one girl who had just learned about nursing.
Sabina Chege. Give her the mic. There's one next to you on the right.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I want to take this opportunity to eulogize my friend, a person we came into Parliament at the year 2013, a strong leader, Mr. Speaker. And I just remember when we were going to Narok to get his young wife, Mr. Speaker, that Honorable Ngeno was very happy, ever smiling, and so to his wife and children, may God console them. And Mr. Speaker, I just want to say, as leaders, let us support the family, but most importantly, let us love one another, because we never know about tomorrow. Fare thee well, Honorable Ngeno, and the other workers who are with him at the plane. May all their families be consoled. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Sirma.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me the opportunity to eulogize my great friend,
Honorable Johana Ngeno. Ngeno was a person of principle. Ngeno was a person who would stand on his own and become what his people would like to be. Ngeno came to this parliament on 3 different tickets, not one, because it was his people who determined. He would have come in the earlier time of 2007, but because of the clashes which were there, he was not able to come. But what we are saying is the people of Emuria Digir have really felt, and we feel equally, that we have lost a warrior and a leader. May the mighty Lord rest his soul in eternal peace. Thank you.
Honorable members, we'll end here. Thank you very much for all of you who have voiced your condolences to the family, friends of not only Johana Ngeno as our colleague, but Captain Were, who many of you have said you knew. In fact, Captain Were flew me Aaron Cheriot and Farouk Kibet 2 weeks ago from Narok to Kakamega and back to Nairobi. And is somebody we have all dealt with. And the staff and friends of Honorable Ngeno who are with him. Like I did say earlier, tomorrow morning you have passed a motion that we will not sit. The Requiem Mass is in a church in Karen called NGC. I think it's somewhere opposite the Catholic Church. I encourage all of us to be seated by 8:30 so that by 9 the service begins, and by 12:30 we come back to start Parliament at 2:30. Once again, we condole with the family collectively and individually. And those of you who can, please let's also go to Emurua Digiro on Friday to join the President and many other Kenyans to see off Honorable Ngeno and our other Kenyans. Next order. I direct clerk that the eulogies that have been made here by honorable members, the condolences by at least 50 of you this afternoon, be printed out and be sent to the family for their records. Next order.
Order number 7, questions and statements.
We go back, honorable members, to statements, requests. Abakar Talib.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to Standing Order 44-2C, I rise to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Administration and National Security regarding mounting of roadblocks along public roads in the country. Honorable Speaker, Section 69A of Traffic Act, Cap 403, regarding mounting of roadblocks empowers the Inspector General of Police to, by notice in the Gazette, designate a place along a public road on which a police roadblock may be mounted. The Act further provides the roadblocks may be mounted in a non-designated place only in exceptional circumstances certified by the Inspector General or his authorized officer. Honorable Speaker, whereas roadblocks are intended to enable security agencies to regulate flow of traffic for purposes of responding to security issues and carrying out inspections intended for enforcement of traffic rules, there have been complaints that police officers across the country take inordinately long to clear vehicles and roadblocks. It is further claimed that some officers extort motorists at roadblocks instead of enforcing traffic rules. The long time taken to clear vehicles at roadblocks cause stretched traffic queues that delays travelers and transporters. Honorable Speaker, therefore, it's against this background that I request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Administration and National Security on the following.
Why are you switching him off all the time? Or is it just going off? Pardon? Okay, go ahead. You now have the mic.
Comprehensive.
Can you ask the technical staff to check why the mics are going off?
Comprehensive report on all gazetted and designated places for mounting of roadblocks along public roads, particularly major highways in the country, and the current status. 2, the justification for mounting numerous roadblocks both during the day and at night along roads and highways across the country, including undesignated places. And 3, measures put in place by the ministry to ensure that inspections carried out at roadblocks are done seamlessly to avoid the long queues that cause delays on the road. Thank you.
Chair, Committee on Administration and Internal Security, Tongoyo, is not here. Any member of the committee? Majority Leader instructed them to bring a response in 2 weeks, or at least a week. The week we resume after the short recess. He will be informed. Next, Ojambo Undo. Question deferred. Response. Coach, are you ready? Go ahead. Is Onjoke in the house? Yes.
Thank you once more, Honorable Speaker. This is a response for a statement that was sought by Honorable Charles Onchoke regarding the reported coercion of Kenyan citizens to join the Russian military and whereabouts of Mr. Clinton Nyapara Mogasa and Mr. Justus Moyenda Ombati in Russia. Honorable Speaker, Dr. Charles Onchoke, MP person to the provisions of standing order. I think I'll go straight to the response, Honorable Speaker, so I don't waste time. And the response is as follows, Honorable Speaker. A report on whereabouts of Mr. Clinton Mogesa and Mr. Justus Ombati. The ministry, both at the headquarters and through our embassy in Moscow, has limited access to Kenyans in distress unless the same is reported by the family or diaspora leadership. This is more reason why a 24-hour diaspora call center was established under State Department for Diaspora Affairs to receive distress calls, contact family members, and be the first point of contact for distress cases reporting. At the mission level, the Kenyan Embassy in Moscow has continuously requested the Russian authorities to assess for access to information to ascertain the actual number of Kenyans involved in the military operation, the SMO, special military operation rather, those injured and also those that are deceased. These requests have been sent to the Ministry of Defense of the Russian Federation through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Russian Federation. The mission is, however, yet to receive a response to the numerous requests for information or for consular assistance and further repatriation of Kenyans. The ministry, therefore, and after confirmation from our embassy in Moscow, wishes to report the following: that there has been no formal confirmation of the death of Mr. Clinton Nyapara Mogesa, passport number BK154412 from the Russian authorities. However, the mission has written to the Foreign Affairs of the Russian Federation to request confirmation of this, and we are yet to receive the response, Honorable Speaker. Number 2 is there is no information related to Mr. Justus Moyenda Ombati, a passport number AK05-16222. The mission in Moscow has equally written to the Russian authorities to confirm and has been following up on the matter, but to this point, there has not been any response. Number 3 is that immediate action is being taken by the Ministry of Foreign and Diaspora Affairs to engage with the government of Russian Federation to repatriate Mr. Ombati and the remains of Mr. Nyapara. Honorable Speaker, as informed above, there is no information related to Mr. Justus Moyenda Ombati of passport number AK05-16222. The mission has written to the Russian authorities to confirm his whereabouts, but up to this point, there hasn't been any response received. Honorable Speaker, there being no formal confirmation of death of Mr. Clinton Nyapara Mogesa of the passport that I read from the Russian authorities, it is difficult to ascertain the death, whereabouts, or the remains of Mr. Nyapara, so that any repatriation of mortal remains can be undertaken. The ministry, through the Kenyan Embassy in Moscow, has written the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Russian Federation to request the confirmation of this, and we are yet to receive the response. The ministry has vowed that it will continue to follow up on this matter to its finality. The measures, as requested by Mheshimiwa, is that the measures that have been put in place to strengthen collaboration between the Russian government to curb fraudulent employment agencies and the target and suspecting Kenyan job seekers. Honorable Speaker, I want to say as follows, that this has been very emotive and close to all of us, especially when we read and hear about the young people taking up those jobs and end up dying. To this end, Honorable Speaker, the Prime Cabinet Secretary will undertake an official visit to Moscow. It's probably not nothing that, Honorable Speaker, I'll be, with your permission, I will be accompanying the Prime Cabinet Secretary between the dates of 13th to 17th of this month to Moscow. The Prime Cabinet Secretary will undertake an official visit to Moscow, Russia, to meet his counterpart to discuss this matter and hope to bring to finality and protect not just the welfare and rights, but the sanctity of life of Kenyans in Russia. The ministry continuously holds meetings with officials of the Russian Embassy in Nairobi, raising concerns regarding this matter, and are jointly working together to sift out rogue agents trying to process visas for Kenyans and following up on whereabouts of Kenyans as reported by families. The ministry continues to undertake sensitization on Kenyans through the media and social media platform. Ngao, barazas, educational institutions, labor mobility, pre-departure trainings, and other public forums in a bid to inform Kenyans of dangers of rogue recruitment agencies, fake non-existent jobs, and the challenges that come with not seeking information, verification, and engaging government in such ventures. As I conclude, no, not concluding, it's quite long, Honorable Speaker, but let me just do it quickly. Honorable Speaker, in addition to the above, the government continues to put in place measures to protect all Kenyans and working abroad, and including Russia, through bilateral labor agreements, ratification of international labor conventions, continuous registration of Kenyans, established 24-hour diaspora call center, welfare checks, provisions of consular service, deployment of labor attaches, additionally, in liaison with State Department of Foreign Affairs. In conclusion, Honorable Speaker, the ministry has stated that they are keen to ensure that the welfare, rights, and interests of Kenyans abroad are protected and will continue to employ all necessary measures to guarantee their safety and well-being. However, as we undertake all the above interventions as a government, the ministry has noted that Kenyans are not heeding their call against recruitment to Russia, but instead are taking a leap of faith in the hope of financial empowerment. This provides a clarity to the question of coercion, as information the ministry receives through engagement with some family members and even those who have returned indicate that some of those going to Russia to join the Russian army are willingly doing so. The ministry therefore urges Kenyans to desist from taking up jobs in Russian military. This is an active war zone and a war that does not involve our country, and death is almost guaranteed. I submit, and I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Onjoke? You satisfied?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And I thank the Chair, Honorable Nelson, for the response. Given that the remains of Nyapara has not been traced, and there are no plans or there are no indications of the return to Kenya, as well as Mr. Ombati, I would urge that the government continues to do what it needs to do so that our request is met. The families, as you can imagine, Mr. Speaker, are anxious. They are pained with the death and the loss, and with the disappearance and with no hope of their sons coming back to Kenya, so that all this matter is put to rest. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Kimani?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, on this matter of young Kenyans being allegedly killed in Moscow, Russia, cuts across many young people in this country, Honorable Speaker. One of those young people is someone I have known in my earlier life before I came to Parliament, called John Mwangi Nduta, an ex-army officer who hails from Thika, Honorable Speaker. And I was very surprised this week to see photos of him on social media allegedly dying in the army, Honorable Speaker. And perhaps the chairperson needs to inform this House what measures are being taken in place to make sure that if Kenyans being taken for war in Russia actually